What's up, superhero fans? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jinx, and today the topic of discussion is the MCU Fantastic Four. So for about 2 or so years now, Marvel has been promising us that the Fantastic Four cast was going to be released any day now. And they've been saying this for, like I said, about 2 years at this point. But it seems like it's actually going to come pretty soon, maybe in the next week or so. Now, in my opinion, the Fantastic Four in the MCU is going to be one of their most important movies moving forward. This is a team that people have known and loved for years in the comics. And with the recent movies that Marvel has released, it's pretty important that they make this movie very, very good. I feel like everything needs to be perfect. And the first thing that they need to get perfect is, in fact, the cast. The main four: Reed Richards, Johnny Storm, Sue Storm, and Ben Grimm. This is incredibly important. And there's been about a million rumors about who's playing each part. You know, Reed Richards, we've seen Pedro Pascal, but I thought that was real. Then it turns out it never got confirmed. It was Vanessa Kirby for Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn for the Human Torch, but none of these have been confirmed yet. So we have honestly no idea what it's gonna be. But I think I've got it. Not who they're gonna pick. I have no idea, but I've got who would be absolutely perfect for each role. Now, I'm gonna go through the people that I think are absolutely perfect to play these roles. And I know you've probably seen 1.5 million fan cast, but I promise you, the Fantastic Four are extremely important to me. I read a lot of their comics, so I feel like I have a pretty good understanding. Not perfect. Who cares, okay? You guys can go make your own opinions. I'm sharing mine. Here we go. First up, for Reed Richards, the man for this job is Penn Badgley. If you have not seen the series You on Netflix, Penn Badgley plays the main character, Joe Goldberg. He's basically this stalker who gets infatuated by a girl every season, and he basically stalks her. Anyway, his acting in this show is basically just Reed Richards plus a little bit of killing. He's very intelligent, up to the point where he can't even comprehend other people's feelings. He really only trusts himself, and he just sits in thought a lot of the time. Most of the series You is just him sitting, thinking to himself. It's probably really uncomfortable to film with, because it's literally just him sitting there like, and the other person is also just being quiet. It's probably really awkward, but that's Reed Richards. He's so infatuated with himself and his own thoughts that he doesn't even see the outside world. Now, again, there is a moral line that he's gonna have to be on the other side of than Joe Goldberg in the series, but he's almost there. That character is basically him. I'll show a clip right now. Just check this out.
She's gonna be in here.
Celebrity authors. That Fox was pretty obscure.
She is Courtney Love's maternal grandmother. You're not expected to know that.
Good. I didn't.
Mr. Mooney wants anyone in here who's even tangentially famous. He thinks it sells more books.
That's sad. People buying books because of what's popular, not because they want to be moved or changed in some way.
Yeah. It's an epidemic. Yeah, you see this guy here, his glasses behind you? He just grabbed Dan Brown's latest on the way in. So he's gonna wander around for another like 5 or 10 minutes just to find something legitimate to buy with it.
I think now's a good time to mention also that I believe that the Fantastic Four cast in the MCU needs to be middle to late 30s. And I say that because I want to be able to see these people grow up and, you know, grow old together as a team and grow closer together. Because from what it looks like, the MCU is trying to make it so that they're older and they already have kids and they're already developed, and we're kind of just catching them in the middle of their story. I don't want to do that. You don't have to make it an origin, but let us grow up with this team a little bit. For my next pick, Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, I'm going with somebody else from the series You, the same series, Elizabeth Lail, who plays Beck from the first season of You. I mean, right off the bat, you can see that she has the look, the blonde hair, the blue eyes. It's absolutely perfect. But once again, her character in this show shows so many signs of being able to play such a good Sue Storm. She's got a leadership personality, but she also brings Penn Badgley character, Joe Goldberg, she brings him down to earth. Like, he's so emotionally gone, and she brings him back a lot of the time, and that's what Sue does to Reed in the Fantastic Four. And honestly, just the way she says some things remind me of something taken right out of the comics that Sue Storm would say. For Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, this one's pretty easy, and I think this is most people's pick. I gotta go with Rudy Pankow. If you didn't already know, he played JJ in the hit series Outer Banks, which is also on Netflix. And once again, his character in this show is just Johnny Storm. And maybe that's what I'm going off of, but I feel like that's a pretty good way to measure it, to be honest with you. Kind of a ladies' man who doesn't really care what other people think. He's just gonna do what he wants to do no matter what. That's Johnny. And if you look at him and Elizabeth Lail and put them next to each other, they look like they could be siblings. Easily could be brother and sister. I think that would be absolutely perfect. And finally, for Ben Grimm, the Thing, I gotta give it to Jason Segel. He's a Jewish man right around the same age as Penn Badgley. He's got a very good voice for the character, which is all you would really be hearing, to be honest with you, unless they do like flashbacks. And I feel like this character, for some reason, just needs to be a bigger name than the other three characters. I don't know why, I just feel like that needs to be. And Jason Segel definitely would be the most famous person of these four people. So this is my casting. I feel like it's absolutely perfect. If I had to choose somebody for Doctor Doom, for Victor Von Doom, I'd probably go with Cillian Murphy. If you've seen any of the fan casting pictures, you probably agree with me. I don't know if he would actually do that. I don't know how into superhero movies Cillian Murphy is, but he would be perfect. But anyway, the Fantastic Four is extremely important in the MCU, and I'm extremely passionate about it, if you couldn't already tell. These characters and this team is incredibly important to me. They're one of my favorites of all time. So I need them to do this well, or I'm going to get very upset and probably write a strongly worded letter to Marvel. Anyway, thank you guys for letting me rant for the past couple of minutes. Let me know what your Fantastic Four cast would be if you got to choose. And if you haven't already, make sure to like the video and subscribe, because I'm probably going to do some more of these, just me talking, if that's okay with you guys. All right, anyway, bye. Peace.